Chapter 5, Lesson 1, Algebraic Expressions. You will be able to evaluate simple algebraic expressions. The branch of mathematics that involves expressions with variables is called algebra. In algebra, the multiplication sign is often omitted. For example, 6d really means 6 times d. 9st is 9 times s times t. mn is really m times n. And a to the third power, if we expand it out, remember, it means a times a times a. Okay. The numerical factor of a multiplication expression that contains a variable is called a coefficient. So 6 is the coefficient of 6d. Expressions like y divided by 2 can be written as y divided by 2 or y times 1/2, where 1/2 would be the coefficient. Remember, there's an invisible 1 in front of every variable, so that's really 1 over 2 is your coefficient. Evaluate 2 times the quantity n plus 3 if n equals -4. So all we're doing here is plugging in -4 for 3, or for n, excuse me. Order of operations tells us to do the parentheses first. -4 plus 3 is -1. And we have 2 times -1, which is -2. Letter B, evaluate 8w minus 2v if w equals 5 and v equals 3. So 8 times 5 minus 2 times 3. We need to do our multiplication from left to right. So this would be 40. This would be 6, and bring down your minus sign. And 40 minus 6 is 34. Letter C, 4y cubed plus 2. Evaluate when y equals 3. In this expression, we have to do the exponent first. 3 cubed, remember, is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 9, or not 9, 3 times 3 is 9, and then times 3 again is 27. Bring down the 4 and the plus 2. We have to do 4 times 27, which is 108. Bring down the plus 2, add them together, and get 110. Letter D, evaluate 2d squared plus 5d if c equals 8 and d equals -5. This was put here to confuse you. We don't have a c in our expression, therefore it is not needed. So 2 times -5 squared plus 5 times -5. Exponents are first in this expression. Remember, this is -5 times -5, which is positive 25. Bring down everything else. Now we'll do multiplication and division from left to right. 2 times 25 is 50, plus 5 times -5 is -25. I have different signs, difference. I subtract and keep the sign of the larger absolute value, which is positive. Therefore, positive 25. Letter E. Athletic trainers use the formula 3 times the quantity 220 minus A all over 5, where A is a person's age. To find their minimum training heart rate, find Latrina's minimum training heart rate if she is 15 years old. So really we're going to take this expression and plug in 15 where A is. We have to do what's in the parentheses first. 220 minus 15 is 205. Now we have to do our multiplication up top. So 205 times 3 is 615. So we have 615 over 5. And then 5 into 615. And we get an exact answer of 123. There were no units, so just 123. Write expressions. To translate a verbal phrase into an algebraic expression, the first step is to define a variable. When you define a variable, you choose a variable to represent an unknown quantity. For example, let x equal number of cards, where x would be the defined variable, and it would stand for the number of cards. Letter A. Marissa wants to buy a DVD player that costs $150. She already saved $25, and she plans to save an additional $10 each week. Write an expression that shows the total amount of money Marissa has saved after any number of weeks. Will Marissa have saved enough money to buy the $150 DVD player in 11 weeks? We're solving a couple different problems here. The first thing it asks us to do is write an expression. Remember, expressions don't have equal signs. Okay? Well, we need a variable to do that. So let's take a look and see what we're looking for. It wants to know the money she would save after any number of weeks. We want to know the number of weeks. So I'm going to make a let statement. Let W equal number of weeks. It can be any variable you would like. So she already has $25, plus she is saving or plans to save $10 each week. So that would be $10 times however many weeks. This would be your expression. Now it says, will Marissa have saved enough money to buy the $150 DVD player in 11 weeks? Well, to find that out, let's plug in 11 weeks. Do our multiplication first, and we get 110. Add them up, and we get $135. Will Marissa have saved enough money to buy the $150 DVD player? Well, according to this, she only saves $135. So the answer is no. And I'm going to just put a brief explanation. No, because she will have only saved $135. An MP3 player costs $70 and song downloads cost 85 cents each. Write an expression that represents the cost of an MP3 player and X number of downloaded songs. Then find the total cost if 20 songs are downloaded. Now this time it gives us the variable as X, so we don't need to define it or write a let statement. So the MP3 player costs $70 plus 85 cents each song. So 85 cents times however many songs. This would be the expression. Now we want to know the total cost with 20 songs. So we're just going to plug in 20 for X. Do the multiplication first. 0.85 times 20. Looks like 17. Then add, and we get $87. A website charges 99 cents to download a game and $12.49 membership fee. Write an expression that gives the total cost in dollars to download G games. Then find the cost of downloading 6 games. We already have our variable. The membership fee is $12.49 plus an additional 99 cents per game. So 99 cents times games. This is our expression. Then it wants to know the cost of 6 games. So $12.49 plus 0.99 times 6. Do the multiplication first. Oops, there's only one number. Add our decimal point. So we have 12.49 plus 5.94. Let's add these up. Line up those decimals. So it costs $18.43.